13 on your sidelines. Sponsored by Rand Insurance Group, a better path forward.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to week 6 of 13 on your sidelines, presented by Rand Insurance Group. I'm Jamal Spencer.
And I'm Mark Skoll Jr. For the second time in 3 years, Grand Rapids Catholic Central and South Christian both come into their OK Gold matchup undefeated.
Now, back in 2020, the Cougars won our game of the week by just an extra point at the last minute. Time to find out if the 2022 edition of the series would be just as exciting. First half, both teams started out a little slow offensively, with Catholic Central kicking off the scoring on a pass to the outside by Billy Mikole. He's in for 6. However, they would go on and miss the extra point. Now, South Christian answered just prior to halftime. Beautiful toss by quarterback Jacob DeHaan to Seth Rietsma. That'll make it 7-6 Sailors at the break. In the second half, South Christian scored quickly, but Catholic Central would respond. That's what champions do. Michael App on the screen comes back, catches this one, and he's going to power his way across the goal line. However, that wasn't going to slow down South Christian. Jacob DeHaan got to go both ways in high school, quarterback and defensive back. He gets the pick 6, taking it the other way. South Christian does the seemingly impossible. They beat Catholic Central, ending their streak with the final score 36-34. We caught up with South Christian head coach Danny Brown, who gave us his thoughts on the game.
You know, once the kids on both sides settled in, I think there were some nerves in the first half. Kids kind of started doing their thing and start making big plays, and that's what they do and it's what we do, and it was fireworks. It was absolute fireworks.
Both teams are heavy favorites next week. Catholic Central hosts Ottawa Hills, while South Christian hosts Wayland. And another battle of undefeated teams went down on the Lakeshore as Oakridge hosted Whitehall in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. Whitehall had only allowed 6 points in the last 3 weeks coming into tonight. Oakridge fans were hyped. Vikings led 21-0 at the half, and on the first drive to third, they pick up where they left off. Kyle Stratton powers in from 3 yards out, made it 28-0 Vikes. Oakridge failed to cross midfield in the first 3 quarters. Bad mesh on the handoff here. Whitehall senior Jaden Alt-Gilbert's pouncing on it. Ensuing drive. Check out the bubble screen and Nate Bolly. He gets a great block from Camden Thompson on the edge. Bolly goes 44 yards to the house, and that triggered the running clock as Whitehall led by 35. Third offensive possession of the quarter for the Vikings. Third touchdown. Stratton somehow stays on his feet and walks in from 23 yards out. Whitehall wins big, 42-8.
We have one more undefeated battle tonight in the 8-player division with 5-0 Northpointe Christian taking on 5-0 Martin. It's the first time they've ever faced off. Northpointe is not eligible for the 8-man playoffs because of higher enrollment numbers, but a perfect season would feel good. The Mustangs start off fast. The first play from scrimmage, Dee Persons says, "See me run." Persons makes a man miss and takes it to the house from 68 yards out in a 6-0 lead. Northpointe's D started the game tough as Eric Brom shows he's the bomb as he intercepts the 4th down pass and returns it to midfield. That would set up the Mustangs in good shape. Person would end the drive with a 1-yard score and a 14-0 lead after 1. Joe Niemeyer would extend the lead with the 40-yard field goal in the second quarter as the Mustangs win it 35-19.
One of West Michigan's oldest rivalries continued tonight as Rockford hosted Grandville. Matt Gard, he was there for the 77th meeting between these two schools.
Jamal, this was a must-win game for the Dogs if they wanted to stay in that OK Red title hunt, but their longtime rivals from Rockford brought a lot of energy on Military Appreciation Night. First drive for the Rams, Mac Vandenhout finds Brody Thompson, 53-yard pitch and catch. That puts Rockford in prime position for Zach Ahern. He scores from 2 yards out here, 6-0 Rams. Later in the first, Ahern strikes again. Oh, it's true. He takes the handoff and bounces off defenders like a pinball machine. He had 3 touchdowns on the night. Rams led 13-0 at that point. To the second half, Rockford up 14, Vandenhout on a delayed keeper. He scores from 13. Rockford wins 37-14. They move to 6-0 with a trip to Hudsonville on deck next week.
Thank you, Matt. Undefeated Zeeland West and 4-1 Mona Shores are both coming off big conference wins in the OK Green. Tonight, they face each other for sole possession of first place. It was just the 7th all-time meeting between these two powerhouse teams. John Shillito's Ducks trailed 27-6 at the half. Sailors tried to add on with a short field goal, but the Ducks changed momentum with a block. Neither team was able to pick up the bouncing ball for a return, but Zeeland West has the momentum. On the ensuing drive, they moved into the red zone where Shore's D stood tall. Zeeland West got the outside carry on 4th down, but the Sailors swarmed him short of the 1st down, ending the Ducks' drive. Later on, Demir Farnham cuts it back against the grain for a 34-yard gain. Look at him go.
Nice vision.
Yeah, see if he wins the Week 5 13 on your sidelines MVP later in the show. Now, a few minutes later, the Sailors would put the game away on Farnham's 1-yard touchdown run. Mona Shores wins 34-6.